What's going on, YouTubers? Welcome to another video unboxing and review. Bringing you the Prime 1 Wristblade from the new Predators movie. This is to go with my Fugitive Predator bust. I ordered this from Prime 1 Studios directly a few months ago, did economy shipping. Once they said it shipped, took about a month before the tracking started working per se, and it took them a month and a half to actually ship it. So it took about 2.5-3 months for me to get it. So they do have assembly instructions and a 2019 calendar. 2019, goodness, we're in 2020 now, unfortunately. So it does require 2 batteries. So here's the box, about the size of a 1/4 scale box. It's decently heavy, although UPS advertises as 3 pounds. I'm like, no way. This actually came right as I finished the flash unboxing video. Obviously I'll be uploading these separately, but the doorbell rang as I finished the unboxing of Flash. Alrighty, so let's see how this is. I hope the base isn't too big, because I have very little space to actually display this. Yep, and the base is too big. I'll have to be tricky on displaying this. It's already bigger than I thought it would be. Alright, so here's a front panel that covers the battery part. So I'll set that to the side. They also made another Shuriken Predator. Also looks cool, but I've heard a lot of people have issues with that one, like it won't even stand up because it was designed so poorly. Oh yeah, that thing's big. Lots of little styrofoam pieces. So it requires 2 AAA batteries, it looks like. And then this is the covering. Yeah, definitely bigger than I thought it would be. Look at that size. So here is the actual blade. And this is made of polystone, not metal, which I think is a big fail in my opinion. If you're making a life-size wrist blade, it should be metal. So it doesn't indicate if one's left or right. They both look the exact same. Yeah, this is quite big, I will say. I always find it funny though. Lately I've noticed a huge trend where somebody will say something's paint job is absolute crap. Others say it's amazing. And it's always just crazy how people have such varied opinions. I hear a lot of people saying that this Pennywise has absolutely horrible paint job. And when I look at it, I'm like, are you freaking kidding me? This thing is amazing. I just don't understand it. So it looks like that is it. Nothing else in the box. So here we have it. I still need to probably take my duster to it because this thing is a lot of, sat in a boat for a long time. But as you can see, it's very tall, very big. And next to my wrist blade, you can just see how massive this thing is. So we're gonna try to fit it next to the Predator bust and do a much more detailed up close review and try that light up as well. Alrighty, YouTubers, so I do have the wrist blade all set up here. Now, mine is not without its issues, of course. So first off, the thing was incredibly dusty, most notably around the base. That's usually where a lot of statues get very dusty. But it was very dusty, like ridiculously dusty. So they should definitely dust these things from the factory before they put it in a box. When you're expecting a brand new item and it is just super dusty, it's a little like, you just feel like they didn't take care of your product very well. Secondly, this was bent like that. I used a hair dryer to more or less fix it. I believe it looks straight now, but before it was bent to the left. These blades do not go perfectly straight up like your traditional blade. They're a little curved, but because the fact that is plastic and not metal, they get bent. So in my opinion, I think Prime 1 really should have gone with a metal blade and honestly just forego the light up. Who cares about a light up anyways on this thing? And my light up doesn't even really work because you press the button and it doesn't stay on. Right there, it's stuck and that's why it's staying on, but it stays on if it gets stuck. But if you hear the click, it's like, as you can see, it gets, if this thing gets stuck, it will stay on. But for the average push, like right there, it just went on. I don't know, the light up has issues, no doubt. It doesn't stay on like this one. You press the button, boom, stays on no problem. 100% of the time it's done that. This one's like maybe 40% of the time. Since I got stuck in, I'll just leave it though and show you with the light up on. Basically the button will get stuck when it clicks in. As you can see, there's definitely some issues with that light up. I've already contacted Prime 1. Also, mine has a scuff mark right here. Check that out. Boom. So those are the three big misses, I would say, on this. Well, QC issues, and the big miss really is the lack of metal blades. Granted, the blades do look good, but they don't look metal. But they look good. Look at the detail on them. So they definitely look good. They're just not metal and they don't look very sharp. So I would say make them sharp metal, something I could really stab someone with. The reason it's not metal though is because this part comes out, and if it was metal it'd be heavier and this probably wouldn't stay. And they did that because of the light up feature, which frankly I'd prefer no light up. I like the light up on the Predator bust, but I don't care for it as much on the wrist blade. But the wrist blade, I think, really is a very good complement of the bust. I think it really has improved this display quite a bit. It looks like they are meant to be displayed together with the matching bases, basically almost the same height. I think if you own this Predator bust, I 100% say you should get this wrist blade. Now, they do have also the Shuriken, but that one's just a hand. It's not a wrist. And so because of that, I passed on that one. I didn't like the fact that this one's full wrist, that one's just a hand. Plus, I know a lot of people had issues that the hand would fall over holding the Shuriken because it wasn't, built properly. They should have did a full wrist and then him holding the Shuriken. Then the thing would be freaking massive. But it would have been way cooler and matched this better. So that's the reason I didn't go after that one. That one is like $100 cheaper as well. This bad boy retails for $550. and it's limited to 500. I forget the ES on the bust. I think it might also be 500. I only got the regular bust. I did not do the deluxe. The deluxe has the scratched battle damage mask, and that mask lights up red where this one's green. This is the one he got in the little science laboratory, not the one he came to Earth with. But let me just show you guys from a distance how it looks in comparison to like Thanos and his glove. So obviously the Thanos bust is a little bit bigger, just a little bit. Although that one has more like chest area and it's full shoulders. Thanos is maybe a tad bit taller to the head. They're very almost equal in size, to be honest. The bases, I mean, the Predator base is slightly wider. Honestly, they're very close. It's like 95% closeness. But obviously the Thanos gauntlet is bigger, no doubt, as you can see. But I am very impressed with this Predator glove overall. I think it really adds to this display, makes it look very cool. I did have to move the Predator bust over. Both of these will not fit on a Stuva. That's what's this on. It's about, you know, as you can see, about 3 inches to the right. And this thing actually is about 1/4 of an inch off, but I put some earthquake putty, so I cannot rotate this. It is stuck here good, so it's not going anywhere. But let's just dive deeper into it. So here in the back, it actually is shorter and gets bigger. I believe it's supposed to be displayed from this angle. I like it best displayed like that with the bust. But the underbase is the exact same, the gold and gray themed. It looks cool. I like it. No plaque or anything like on that. I don't think it's necessary though as a proximity piece to this. And then, you know, it does cover a good amount of the actual wrist, you know, the entire wrist and a little bit of what looks like the bicep area. But I actually really like the design of this Predator outside of the open mandibles on the face. But the entire futuristic design, the armor, I think looks really cool. And I like the design from the movie. You know, this has pretty much same detail as like the bust does. You know, lots of silver and gold in this arm. Battle damage, as you can see. So it looks quite cool and it looks great. It is heavy. Got this little pattern right here. This whole area looks awesome. And it's really just the exact same design right there. But I do like the arm. It looks really cool. Now his skin tone reminds me of sort of like a crocodile, some sort of reptilian animal. But, you know, it's really just brown. It gets lighter on the inside, darker on the out. But it looks cool. His fist is not totally clenched like this. It's more like that, as you can see. You know, and he got those long fingernails. But it looks good. You know, it feels very rough. This is quite tall, you know, at 29 inches tall. It actually does fit like inside the curio perfectly if you wanted to do it there and then the bust on top. But the bust would be too wide for that shelf. I mean, overall, I would not recommend this as a standalone piece. I would say don't even consider it. But if you have this bust, I say it's a must-have. Because it 100% improves the display quite a bit. I mean, I'd say overall it's about a 7 out of 10 piece. It's $550 plus about, I think it was $40 for economy shipping. Took 2.5, 3 months to arrive. You know, the bus was like $1,600 plus shipping and whatnot. I think it was like $1,700 total. So I mean, all in, you're looking at like $2,300 for this whole display. I do think in general, this does not meet Prime 1's total quality that I'm used to from some of their other statues. I think they cheaped out a little on their first released Predator product. You know, the unmasked portrait on the Predator, the lack of metal blades. It does make me wonder, you know, their future Predator products, are they also going to cheap out and do cheaper material and lack from proto to, you know, production, you know, because they have a lot of Predator products in the works. And this being a life-size bus, you would think would have superior detail. Unfortunately, you know, it's not the same as the prototype. It still looks really good. You know, like if this was a Sideshow bust, I'd be like, yeah, this is great. But being Prime 1 with a premium price tag, I do think Prime 1 this is not a huge success on their part. I do prefer the mask on with this bust, but let me show it to you guys mask off. So I actually added a lot of gloss to my mask, my unmasked head, because it really lacked a gloss. I think the biggest two problems I have with the unmasked portrait, the lack of detail inside the mouth. It's all one color, really. You know, like this pink. There should be a bunch of vein work. And I wish the eyes were glass instead of just a decal. I mean, the decals look good, but I like glass eyes on my bust. It really improves it so much. So if they would have did those two things, I think this bust would have been like a grail. I'm never buying a bust again that has decal eyes. I will say that, never again. Glass eyes is an absolute must now for me. It just makes it so much better. From a distance, like right here, you can't tell as much. Overall, I do love that mask. I like the design of that mask quite a bit. Overall, I do like this Wristblade though, and I think it definitely adds to my display. Let me just show you again from a distance. Check it out. Boom. The one thing I will say about this bust, I really love how you can have two hugely different looks with the unmasked and masked portrait. So if you're sick of looking at the mask, take it off, boom, you got a crazy looking ugly mother effer face down there. So that is one unique thing about this bust, where all other Predator busts, you either are pretty much all unmasked, either open or closed mandibles. This particular Predator, I like his mandibles closed. On the open mandible 1/4, I'm not a fan of that head. I've looked at him multiple times and I just don't like it. But closed mandibles I like. It's weird. Most of the time I love open mandibles, just not on the Fugitive Predator. And I don't like the design of the one that killed him as well in the movie. I forget the name. But there is the Wristblade in the collection. Waited 3 months for this bad boy. Definitely very cool. Also, I printed that poster. I think it looks really cool. You know, with the Predator and some of the humans in this alien spaceship. I think it looks great. So that is it for this display. I'm going to bring you guys another big future statue plans update video tomorrow. So be on the lookout for that. And hopefully we'll get some more statues in here shortly. Like, comment, subscribe. Have a great day.